something a little bit different today. We are going to take a look at the SeaSparrow helicopter. I believe this is the first time that I've ever actually done a vehicle review. Don't expect vehicle reviews of everything that comes out. I'm only going to do these vehicle reviews on cars that on vehicles that I personally find interesting. So things like the shitty cars and shitty boats and shitty planes, they won't get reviewed. So the first thing we're going to do is actually buy the SeaSparrow. It can be found on Elitist Travel, and it costs $1,815,000. Now, it is not a Pegasus vehicle, so in order to buy this vehicle you must own one of the hangars. So we're going to buy it, and then we're going to wait for it to be delivered. And there it is. The vehicle has just been delivered and is going to become a part of my fleet of pink aircraft. So let's hop in and see what customization options we get. Okay. Not a lot, just your typical standard stuff really. So we're going to put the armor upgrade on, of course. Engine upgrade, yep, why not. Handling, maximum of course. Respray, of course it's going to become pink. Oh, pearlescent, whatever. What pearlescent do I usually put on? I usually just put on white. There you go. Secondary colour will also be pink. There you go. Pure pink SeaSparrow. Weapons. Right, we have a choice between a machine gun and homing missiles. We're going to put the homing missiles on, of course. And that's about it for customization. There's not a whole lot to say. So let's go outside and fly it around, and I'll try my best to describe how this thing controls. Okay, here we go. It feels a lot like the Buzzard, if I'm honest. Maybe a little bit slower than the Buzzard, but it does feel pretty much like a Buzzard clone. It's quite easy to pivot, and the homing missiles have homing off option. That's good. So that means I could potentially use this vehicle as a terms of killing people in the future, because you can toggle the missiles on and off. So now we have to check the tracking of the missiles. So there's no players in this session, so I'm going to test them against cops. So I need to get myself a wanted level. Oh yeah, these missiles as well, they can be spammed. Just hold the trigger button and they'll just shoot. Unlike the Buzzard. Okay, now let's check how good these missiles track targets. Around about the same as the Buzzard really, which is the lowest tier of missiles, I think the least accurate. So the homing missiles on this vehicle aren't really anything special, but you can turn homing off, so if you're accurate with the missiles, that would probably be the better way to go in terms of fighting people on the ground anyway. But yeah, these missiles aren't the best missiles in the world. So now we're going to test the main selling point of this vehicle, its water ability.
Hey, what's going on? I take it this isn't purely a social call. Of course not. You're in trouble and you need my help. No problem.
Let's land it somewhere. It seems to me as if you do have to set this thing down gently. If you set this thing down too hard on the water, it probably just goes straight through. Let's try again a little bit harder this time, a little bit faster. Alright. Let's try exiting the vehicle. Okay. If you get out the vehicle while it's on water, it likes to run away from you, which is quite annoying. And it won't let me back in. Get in! Thank you. So exiting this vehicle on water is a bit of a pain. It likes to run away from you because of the waves. And that's about it. Not much else to cover in this vehicle. Of course, well, there is one thing we could test, damage resistance. For this, I'm going to test its power against the homing launcher. How many hits would it take for this vehicle to be destroyed? Vehicle, not vehicle. Alright. We're going to test the homing launcher because 9 times out of 10 situations, that's what people are going to be using. So how many hits? Just 1. So the vehicle is very weak.
Hello, this is more. I can do
now, let's talk about usefulness of this vehicle. This vehicle will probably be useful for supplies that appear out in the water. Like, I know there's a situation when the CEO crates appear out in the water, and bunker supplies where you have to get on the big boat and collect the bunker supplies. I guess that's when it would be the most useful. Oh, in terms of PvP, the helicopter would probably just be average. And in terms of usefulness, like for supplies, I guess it would be average as well. It's pretty much just a buzzard with the ability to land on water, but the ability to land on water is okay, but it's not great because of the helicopter's tendency to float away from you when you land. So what you'd have to do is, when you're collecting supplies in the water, just land the helicopter on top of the supplies and pick them up that way. And that's about it. Buy this vehicle if you want. Peace.